And now, a bit of romance.
Two girls on a quest to find which rom-com is the best. P.S. I love rom-coms.
Hello, and welcome to P.S. I Love Rom-Coms, a podcast about beaches in France, doing a happy dance, and finding that magical romance. We're your hosts. I'm Mia.
And I'm Allie. Now, usually in our podcast, Mia and I try to answer the question, which rom-com is the best rom-com of all time? And we always try to approach this question with respect, reserve, and reverence. But for the month of March, we're feeling a little bit wild, a little bit unhinged. We're feeling a little bit of that March Madness.
Oh, boy. Although not for college basketball, this is still a rom-com podcast. Now, we're feeling like it's time to celebrate one of the true MVP of rom-coms, the one and only Meg Ryan.
That we tried to do an air horn impression, but it kind of sounded more like Blue's Clues. So, in the spirit of March Madness, we are pitting all of Meg Ryan's rom-coms up against each other in a tournament bracket for 3 rounds of Resplendent Ryan to see which Meg Ryan rom-com is the best of all time. Because you guys, it's officially now March Madness.
That was worse.
That was good. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Now, you guys, we have 2 very special guests with us today. They host a comedy podcast, Don't Tease the Animals, and if they were in a rom-com, they'd be best friends who, because of a clerical error, have their wedding scheduled for the same day at the plaza. When planning the most important day of their lives, their friendships and relationships with their fiancés are put on the line. You guys, it's the wonderful Pamela Riley and Sarah Armstrong Brown.
Oh my god, you guys. That intro was everything. Stop, go on. Oh my god. Thank you so much. We are stalkers. I mean admirers from afar. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't. That's too kind. Wow, the feeling is mutual. Wow.
Love you guys. Thank you
thanks
so
for having
much.
us. This is so fun. I am so excited to dive into some Meg Ryan.
This is going to be a great one. And speaking of who you two might be in a rom-com, Pamela and Sarah, we like to start off each episode with a little segment called Which Rom-Com Hero Heroine Are You Channeling, where we equate the experiences we've had this week with the famous rom-com hero or heroine. And no worries, if you do not know, just tell us what's going on and we can diagnose you as a rom-com hero / heroine.
I am so ready for this question. It's not even funny.
I feel like I've lived for this question. Okay, yes, Sarah, you go first. Yay. And don't take mine, okay?
I'm going to try not to. We always do this. Pam and I prepare separately. We always take each other's answers. So I'm going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if I do. I'm going to go with the I'm feeling very hectic and I'm feeling like very pulled in a bunch of different directions this week. Like lots of things are going on with work, lots of different projects. But I'm also feeling like kind of a baller and kind of a badass at the same time. So I'm going to go Sasha Tran from Always Be My Maybe, played by the glorious Ali
Is that
Wong.
yours, Pamela?
Yes.
Oh my God.
No, it's not. No. I was saying yes, queen, but yeah, no, not mine. And I love it, especially what we're reading right now. So I love it. Yeah, I love it. Oh, good one.
Yes. Wow.
Didn't take mine though. Good.
Yes. That's fantastic.
I love that.
What an amazing.
I also love that
character.
lead-in. Thank you for the lead-in.
I love that movie.
It's so good. It's such a true delight. And that, oh my God, what an amazing character to be channeling. That was a great pick. Very happy for any excuse to discuss that movie. Pamela, who are you channeling?
I'm feeling kind of like very, very busy. There's a lot of balls in the air and I'm kind of feeling a little lost, but I'm open-minded and I'm very open to change. I channeled Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love. Because I'm going through a lot of spiritual stuff as well.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm also going through weight gain from pasta and
yes,
you know,
relatable,
loving on others as
The
well as
COVID-19
myself.
is
So
so
yes.
real.
Oh my God, it is.
Oh God, I don't even want to go
You
there.
can, yeah.
I don't want to go there.
I like that it's everyone. It happened to all of us at the same time, you know. So
Yes, that's true.
none of us can feel judged without being
Yes,
like, well,
no one is spared or
Nope.
left out.
Not
Yes.
gonna judge
exactly.
me.
It's just it's a cultural shift. Wow, fantastic. That's wow.
In the stretchy pants direction. Yes.
Oh baby, I'm not looking forward to putting my jeans back on after with
I don't own any. No. No, not gonna do that.
That sounds fantastic. I love that character. Allie's channeled her before, and it's just a nice time to channel her. Allie, who are you channeling?
Nice.
Oh man. Okay. This is going to be a weird one, but I think I'm channeling Harry Burns from When Harry Met Sally. Specifically, probably like the penultimate scene where he's walking on the streets of New York City. It's night. It's New Year's Eve, and there's a lot of voiceover going on, and he's very contemplative and like thinking about things. And I have gotten into this habit, and I'm sorry, Mom, who's probably listening to this episode because it sounds dangerous, but I've been walking the streets at night.
Oh my God.
But you guys,
Like, is she gonna go there?
I live in a very safe suburban neighborhood, not, New York City. But I've just been taking long walks by myself at night. And it's, I feel like I can sort through my ideas better than I can sitting, on my couch.
Uh-huh.
And so
Yes.
I've been walking the streets. I've been sorting through my problems. I've been having voiceover going on in my head. And also I started doing that. I figured this out like one of the last times I started walking, which is there's this great tiki bar that you can get Mai Tais into go cups.
Oh,
and so
hell yes.
I've just been like, yes, I just like, isn't it great?
Oh
They
my
just like,
God,
you
I
go,
want to go to
you
there.
like text them, you're like, I'm here. And then they bring your Mai Tai out in like a Starbucks cup. And then you can just kind of walk on the streets and sip Mai Tais. So that's where I've been at.
Wow.
Amazing.
It's almost been a year in the pandemic. And
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking about.
What a great hobby to have picked up. That's incredible.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mai Tai suburban strolling. I love it. That's great. That's
So
a good.
quirky. That's such a
so
medic
quirky.
thing.
I
Like,
that.
wait, who are you? I'm just a girl drinking a Mai Tai out of a coffee cup. Like, come to the mall with me.
That's me. Mia, who are you channeling this week?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm channeling Catherine Hahn's character in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. In that,
Oh my God. Yes.
in that she spends I feel like a large portion of the film just like crying and like not being able to get herself together. And I am just like a woman, and this is just very specific to me, and we all have different experiences. I experience sort of large hormonal shifts on a specific cycle, and so some weeks I'm a little more weepy than others. Sure. Yeah. That's what yeah, exactly. So I don't get cramps. So, we all experience it differently. I don't get cramps. I just get tearful, and it's good.
Oh.
It is bad. And so I am just I'm brimming with tears, happy tears, sad tears, frustrated tears, all the tears.
Like
Oh.
Meryl Streep.
Yes. Like Meryl. To the point where I'm watching the Harry and Meghan interview last night. And when
my gosh.
when they revealed the sex of their child, I screamed so loud. I terrified my dog. For no reason. It's like I didn't have an expectation. And that specifically doesn't really matter to me. And my emotions right now, I am just really
it was a trigger. It was a trigger.
Exactly. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting my response. But that's who I'm channeling. But guys, let's introduce our first competitor for this semifinal match of March Madness. This film took on the brainy rom-com IQ in the quarterfinals and absolutely wiped the floor with it. This Meg Ryan film was Nora Ephron's directorial debut and the second project that Meg Ryan and Nora worked on together. You guys, it's the classic Sleepless in Seattle. Here are the stats. Sleepless in Seattle came out in 1993, was written by Nora Ephron and Jeff Arch, and was directed by Ephron herself. It grossed $227.8 million at the box office. The plot is as follows. After the death of his wife, Sam Baldwin, played by Tom Hanks, moves to Seattle with his son, Jonah. When Jonah calls into a talk radio program to find a new wife for his father, Sam grudgingly gets on the line to discuss his feelings. Annie Reed, played by Meg Ryan, a reporter in Baltimore, hears Sam speak and falls for him, even though she's engaged. Unsure where it will lead, she writes Sam a letter asking him to meet her at the Empire State Building on Valentine's Day. All right, do we like what we saw in the court? Pamela, Sarah, what are your thoughts on this film? Have you seen it before?
I love this movie. I love it so much. It's such a great movie. I've seen it so many times, and I try to watch it probably once a year just because it is necessary.
I have to say, when I think of this film, I automatically think Ultimate Affair to Remember.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then, of course, the way that, you know, I'll talk about it later in my notes. And then also Rita Wilson has like a spot out moment that I'm obsessed with as well. Like, just I mean, I was what's interesting is that I never actually watched this movie in its entirety until we got to talking about it. And I was like, from beginning to end, and I didn't have to like get up or like do something for the baby or go get something or nothing. It was just like I got to finally watch it in its entirety. And I already loved it just by seeing like bits and moments of it and then keeping to watch it. But I loved every minute of this movie.
It's so funny you say that because I feel like, especially just like growing up around rom-coms, like, and having them be part of my life, I feel like the same with a lot of these films is that I feel like I saw them in chunks, like where my mom was watching them.
Yes, exactly. Like I did not remember this movie. Like, wow, rough start straight off the gate. I do not remember that at all.
Yes.
And then further in, I was like, how did I not see this part? And how do I not know about that? And it was just because I saw it.
Yeah, the Rita Wilson thing is so funny because I forgot that she was in that movie until my most recent time watching it, which was this week. And it was so funny because Meg Ryan, later in the film, when she's talking to Rosie O'Donnell about watching Tom Hanks hug this mystery woman who she thinks he's really into, she goes, he was obviously crazy about her. And I was like, oh my God, that's because it's his wife. Like, yes. In real life. And I'm punching my husband on the arm. I'm like, did you get that? And he's like, wow, calm down.
I felt like an idiot because I'm sitting there like, ew, why is that kid running to the woman with the ugly brooch? Like, I thought he hated her. And my mom was sitting next to me, slapped me in the head, and was like, what is the matter with you? That's not her.
Oh my God.
Idiot. And then they cut to the scene, and I was like, they cut to the dinner scene, and I'm like, oh, it was.
They had a very similar haircut.
Yes. And it's intentional. It's a very confusing
It's supposed to
plot
be
point
confusing, yeah.
I didn't understand it until 2017. Because that's when I was like, oh, she gets... I was like, okay. The private eye sends her a photo of the back of the curly woman's head. And then Rita Wilson is like his sister or his sister-in-law or his good friend. And then she sees the curly... Yeah.
Unclear, just a fuck ton of food in the beginning and then shows up again in his new place. Yes. Okay. Gorgeous husband, Victor Garber, and I'm so happy for you. And you had a great moment at the table. We'll get into it later, but holy shit.
Yeah. She came through with that Tupperware.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. It was, oh my God, though. But that moment makes me, Allie and I are both actors, comedians, hire us. But I look at that moment and I go, do I know how to act? Right?
My God.
To feel a scene like that. It's like, people think of Rita Wilson as Tom Hanks' husband. It's like, okay, Tom Hanks is Rita Wilson. Sorry.
Yes.
You know what I mean. His wife.
Yes.
But no, Tom Hanks is her husband. Okay. All right. You know what I mean.
When she talks about an affair to remember and she channels those tears out of pure ether, I'm just like, I know nothing. I know
nothing.
I can barely tie my shoes.
I also thought rough start in the beginning, right? Like straight out the gate, like, wow, that smacked you in the gut. And when you're first introduced to Meg Ryan, and it's like, wow, out the gate, we're just going to say we're engaged. We really don't have a ring. And then like you hear Meg Ryan at the table go, Dad, Mom knew. And it's like,
they skipped a lot of exposition with Meg Ryan and Bill Pullman. I quite frankly think they did that on purpose. Like, you're not supposed to see them as like a great couple. You're not supposed to see their love story.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's something that I wonder about is like the reason why they like jump right into it with like Meg Ryan and Bill Pullman's relationship is because I think if we actually saw them falling in love and like how wonderful their relationship was, we would just be like, wow, Meg Ryan, Annie Reed is a fucking dick. Like,
Absolutely. 1,000,000%.
Is so lovely.
And he's adorable.
We would be like, yes, she would be an utter villain instead of a romantic, heroine. So
Totally.
That's why I feel like they don't show him too much because they don't
Agreed.
They want us to still root for Annie.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about how like sort of they do Walter dirty in this film, but there is one thing.
Dirty.
I mean, yeah, they're not kind to Walter. It's not his fault. But there is one thing that they set up in the beginning that makes me go, yeah, this can't happen, is when she's talking about their sandwich orders that they mixed up and they both just get lettuce and tomato sandwiches. And it's like, what are you paying for that? That's so gross.
What is wrong with you?
You're not allowed to team up. This makes no sense. Go date people who have you get a different sandwich.
I also was like, how is he allergic to whole wheat bread, but not white bread?
Exactly.
Sketchy. Walter,
Massive
sketchy.
Massive plot hole.
Oh my God.
Plot hole. It's all wheat, guys.
It's
Hate to
all
tell
wheat. There's no difference. Ugh.
I would like to have a brief moment of appreciation for Bill Pullman and his commitment to his allergies, though. Like, he really, really, really... he really does. He goes in.
Oh my God. I'm going in on that.
Yeah.
That nighttime routine was amazing.
Oh my God. It kills me. Yeah.
I love that scene, especially just the amount of tissues. I never quite get the tissue thing, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm like, is that just so that if she wakes up, she can tell that he's breathing? Is that what that is?
She's like, here's your 3 tissues and my 4.
I'm also like, just get a CPAP machine if you're afraid you're not breathing.
Yes.
Come on, Walter.
Please.
I was just going to say, I have a little story that when I sat down to watch this, I obviously made my husband watch it with me.
Of course.
If not for any other reason than for the opportunity to like grill him on how long he would wait and grieve before he moved on and dated somebody else after I died tragically. We had that conversation, obviously, but it was so funny because at the very start, Pam, you talked about like getting that gut punch in the very beginning when you get the flashback of Tom Hanks with his dead wife. It's all very sad, but she flashed on the screen and my husband, no joke, pointed at her because he knew the point system that we were keeping and he shouted, "Cute outfit, iconic haircut." And I was like, that's not Meg Ryan.
Oh my God.
I was like, she's not even blonde. What's wrong with you?
That
but then every time Meg Ryan came on the screen and she was in a different outfit, he was like, new outfit, iconic outfit. Like she put on her grandmother's wedding dress and he was like, iconic.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, no.
I'm going in on that.
You don't know what iconic means. I don't think you know what iconic means.
Oh my God. They tried so hard.
Just sit there, be cute, tell me you'll never love again, and let's watch the movie.
Oh my God.
That was my experience.
That's so good.
I sat next to my mom, and the 2 things that came out of her mouth when I told her I was doing this was, the first thing was like, "Oh, were these the girls that you were listening to at the gym when you dropped your phone twice?" I was like, "Yes, it was." And then she was like, "I'm very disappointed. These girls are very smart, but they didn't include Prelude to a Kiss." I was like, "Mom, like the movies, let's not go there." She like totally brought up like another movie, and I was like, "Get a grip." Oh my God. And then she was like, there's so many people in this movie. And I had to agree with her. I could not get over like
my
Gabby.
God.
I forgot Gabby Hoffman was in it. I forgot
Rob Reiner?
Yes.
Oh my
And he checks out the
Yes.
bread. Oh my God.
Come on. Yes.
Victor
so
Garber. I
good.
said Victor Garber before.
Victor
Obsessed.
Garber.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Such a fox.
David Hyde Pierce.
David Hyde
Oh,
Pierce.
I talk about him in my
Rosie
notes
O'Donnell?
too.
Like,
Okay,
come
yes.
on.
Oh God, so good.
Rosie O'Donnell? Come on.
Oh my God.
Also, your mom sounds incredible, and we should definitely have her on.
Yes.
She would be such a good
We
guest.
haven't
She
even
would
had
throw
her on
you
our
so
show
much
yet. We haven't
shade.
even had her on our show yet.
It's true. She would throw you so much shade. It's not even funny.
So funny. Everyone and your mom is not the first person that has a Meg Ryan film we left off. And to that we say we only had 8 spots. We only had 8 spots, and it broke our heart. 6 spots.
Only 8 spots. Only 8 spots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, we have discussed this film, but let's get into
Oh yeah.
the points,
Yes.
our brackets.
Yes.
Let's time
Our
to
brackets.
blow our whistles, make some tough calls, and award some points. Now,
Mhm.
because this is a semifinal round, we are not only going to be awarding points based on our previous March Madness rulebook, but we're going to be adding some additional rules as well. And I'm going to so that's right. We're going to throw
Oh, shit.
a curveball
Okay.
at you, which is not a
Ooh,
basketball
God.
term. It's a baseball term. But it's got balls in it, so
Hey, that's similar.
it's similar-ish.
Sports.
Sports. So I'm going to quickly go through the March Madness rules for our listeners. So 0 to 10 points can be awarded to the movie for the quality of chemistry between Meg and her fellow romantic lead. 0 to 10 points can be awarded to the movie for the quality of Meg Ryan's humor. 0 to 5 points can be awarded to any hairstyle Meg Ryan showcases. 1 point will be awarded every time Meg Ryan walks with spunk. 1 point will be awarded every time Meg Ryan wears an iconic outfit. 2 points will be awarded every time Meg Ryan showcases a quirk. Note the same quirk can receive points every time that it is showcased. 1 point will be awarded every time Meg Ryan crinkles her brow. 2 points will be awarded every time Meg Ryan works in print media. 2 points will be awarded every time Meg Ryan is mean and then feels bad about it. At any time, P.S. I Love Rom-Coms and their guests can create a new March Madness rule and award points at their own discretion. And then we have 2 fouls. 2 points will be deducted every time Meg Ryan's hair is straight and past her shoulders. And 2 points will be deducted every time Meg Ryan's romantic interest is significantly less attractive than her or more than a decade older than her. Now, last round in the quarterfinals, Mia gave Sleepless in Seattle 29 points, and I awarded Sleepless in Seattle with 33. But what did you guys get? How did you call the shots? Yeah, let's start off with walks with spunk. How many times did we see Meg Ryan walking with spunk?
I came up with 4. I have parades into her David Hyde Pierce's office. Oh my God, I can't speak. Parades into her brother's office, David Hyde Pierce, and literally like outer monologues and paces. That was spunk. Out of the airport gate in Seattle.
Yes,
That
I
was
had
an
that one.
absolute
Yes.
walk with
Yes,
style and spunk. So iconic. Ooh, I love that.
Yes,
definitely.
I had run with
Head-turning
spunk ?
Exactly.
To Empire State Building. Run with spunk.
Ooh.
And then I also had strut
Yes,
with
she did
spunk,
so much
and that was when
spunk.
she walked through the office with all of her shit en route to New York City with Rosie O'Donnell by her side, putting her in the elevator to go down.
I had I think the only one that I had that was different was when she was kind of doing like the back and forth in front of her mom's house.
Ooh,
or
that's
her
a good
parents' house,
one.
like when she was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna go back. No, I'll go with you. Oh no, I'm
Okay.
gonna go. Like she was really,
All right.
she was spunky, but she was indecisive.
Yes.
Yeah.
nice.
Count.
Excellent. And then what did you guys get for iconic outfits? And note, just a clarification point for Sarah's husband. Not every outfit outfit is an iconic outfit. An iconic outfit
important.
is very important, memorable, and it influences pop culture.
I had to explain it to him. He goes, "No, a wedding dress, that's an important piece of clothing." And I was like, "No, you just don't get it. I don't
I'm not
understand."
gonna lie. Like I put, it's here. I have it.
The wedding dress?
it as well, but I understand.
I put iconically terrible question mark.
Yeah, it's so specific, you know.
It's
But
so
I agree.
sad.
I both argue. Yeah, I regret my decision, you know. But I did include it.
Okay.
I had the blue blazer that she wears when she's doing like her day of like, what do we call it? Are we calling it stalking? Are we calling it like romantic
It is
following?
stalking.
It is stalking.
Yeah.
Tailing.
I have
stalking.
that. I have that coming up.
Yeah.
I have this at a 5 then. So iconic outfits, but I went a very different way with mine, and you can choose to demerit my points if you see fit. So here we go. I went iconic all-American cafe girl, maybe maroon all buttons engagement dress.
Yes.
Oh yes, the
Ooh.
Christmas dress, the
Okay.
velvet Christmas dress,
The velvet.
absolutely yes.
Okay, great, good. Okay, great. I can't read what I wrote. Gone with the Wind nightgown when she takes. I don't know if that's.
Yes.
I don't know if that's.
Yes.
I have to say this was an iconic for me, just because I'm a mom now, and I think she was debating to become one at this time. The sweatshirt suit in the Seattle hotel room.
I was gonna say that with like with the crew socks that came all the way up, and they look
just-
so comfy.
I just I was into it.
I loved
that
it,
sounded
especially
weird.
as travel
It was weird.
pajama.
Yes.
It's like that's your travel
Yes.
pajama outfit. I love.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
like a onesie. I
It was
love
great.
It's great.
I loved it. Okay, so I have 2 here that are not Meg Ryan, but I said iconic borrow. Clarice's outfit when they can't find Jonah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
Clarice looks
yes.
incredible
With, like,
in that scene.
The cropped like bell bottom pants
And like the fringes, like the random fringes
Oh,
hanging from the bottom.
God.
so much
and
happening.
Also,
Yes.
Rosie's outfit when she sent her to New York, that outfit was baller.
Yes.
It should be an iconic borrow, but I don't know if that's allowed.
Demerit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not allowed to demerit. I have no power here.
Ellie, what do you think?
No. So we're
Flag on the
Okay.
play.
But
Okay.
yeah,
So
I
it's
blew my
turn.
ref's whistle. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So iconic. We're going 3. I don't know,
okay.
Sarah. Did you have any more?
No, you covered all of them except for the blue blazer, but I already mentioned that, so I'm not going to
Great.
say it again.
So Sarah,
mean, I
you had
didn't-
4.
so
Is that right?
I had
Yeah, you had 4.
I had 3.
Got it.
Oh,
Got them all.
okay.
Amazing.
All right. What you guys get for brow crinkles? How many brow crinkles did you see out on the court?
Oh my God.
This was another one of my husband's favorite things to try to spot. So it was
my mom had a field day with this one.
Oh my God.
I think I got the brow crinkle and the nose scrunch kind of like combined, but I think that they're all kind of the same expression, right?
Yes.
Like that's a very Meg
Agreed.
Ryan thing.
Exactly.
Mhm.
In that case, I got 4.
4. Amazing.
Same.
Oh my
We're
God.
in agreement.
Oh my God, I will die laughing if you did the same that
I mean, I
did.
didn't.
Go
I
ahead.
don't have as thorough of notes of you. I just kept a tally mark, and I tried to enjoy the movie. But Pam's an overachiever when it comes to preparation. If you
Oh my
listen to my show, you would have-
God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this edit you're going to have to do. I'm so sorry.
No, please. This is absolutely fine.
Okay, so I also got 4. Sarah, tell me if you got these. The brow, jealous of the diner girls turning up the radio. He had a massive brow.
I think that was
crinkle
one
there.
that Mike called. He was like, "Whoa, there it was!" And I was like, "Okay, cool, you're invested."
She was like already starting to like show stalker mode.
Yes.
Just at that
Yes.
crinkle. Diner girls.
Yeah.
The apple peel.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She crinkled the brow.
Yes.
The apple peel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She crinkles the brow.
She
like,
did
when
not
she's
get it
half
all the
full.
way
She's
around though, and I need
No,
to point
she
that
did
out
not.
because very not
Nope.
much later.
She's not like
I
Jonah's
know.
mom.
Yeah. Another plot hole.
I'm so sorry.
Another plot hole.
Another plot hole. And also, I mean, that line of that line of like whatever that is very bizarre. Anyways, it's like she is perfect,
Especially because I'm
they
like,
both carve an apple into a perfect curlicue. And it's like,
but
that
then
is
you have to
crazy.
make sure that she does it all in one.
Exactly. If you're gonna go with that line,
Come on,
I'm
Nora.
thinking for your next
You
wife.
have to.
I like to think that, you know, in the like fourth act that we don't see in their relationship, Annie's trying to peel an apple and she only peels it.
She's making a pie.
And then Jonah's like, get the fuck out of our house. You can't fucking peel that apple. Get out. You're not my mom. I thought you were
not
my
my
mom
mom.
reincarnated, but you're not.
She like wipes her hand on her apron. She backs out like backwards. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I preheat the other
I'm sorry,
315
Jonah.
was gonna make you a pie. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Thought we had a connection. I won't. Let me just kiss Howard.
Howard, oh my God, the bear.
God.
Howard, so sweet.
Okay, two more. Marina confusion. Massive brow crinkle.
Yes.
As soon as the curly female showed up, that brow was like,
All
wait,
of our
what?
brows were wiggling, going.
All of our
"Hold
brows
on
were.
a minute.
But somehow no crinkle when like the Mack truck almost slammed into her.
Yeah, that's just the doe-eyed like distance behind the
That's
eye.
like,
what? A big truck
oh my
on
God.
the street? No, I've seen everything.
Oh, you have those here too?
I didn't hear that
Seattle?
honking at all. I was in a mystic. I was just in the zone. Okay, and the last one I have is unproposal with champagne at Top of the Rock.
Oh,
Yes.
She gives the ring
Oh,
back.
yes. Yes.
Classic Meg Ryan,
classic.
easy uncoupling. Just
yeah.
Yes.
Everybody lets her off so easily.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Greg
It's
Kinnear.
those eyes,
Greg
man.
Kinnear.
It's those
No hard
eyes.
feelings,
I've
just
never
a
noticed
broken
Meg Ryan's
engagement. No
eyes
big deal.
until this movie.
Oh yeah.
yes.
They're
Very
like
blue.
very blue in this movie.
They are like a
Yes.
sea that people want to dive into.
Thank you for that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Mm.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Meg Ryan.
For your genetics.
Thanks.
That's
all
is that all we have for brow crinkles?
Yeah, I just had 4.
I had
I
4 as
keep,
well. That's
keep
4.
detailed notes, but I had 4.
Okay,
Excellent.
Perf. Now, what did you guys think that Meg Ryan worked in print media?
But
Yes,
I would like,
absolutely.
If
Yes.
if I may,
Yeah.
I would like to add an additional 3-pointer here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because let me tell you
yes.
something.
I love this.
Our girl is in stock mode from minute 1. And she follows through with that Nexus style internet and hires a private detective to do a background check.
Oh my
She
gosh.
expenses a trip to Seattle. She goes to his house.
Yep.
I mean,
She proceeds
Yep,
to put
yep.
the rental on her expense account and follows them. And then just, watches, doesn't partake. And I would like to say at this moment in time, she is my people. That is some serious stuff. I am here for it. It was
I would love to read the article that she subsequently wrote. And I would love for it to be titled "How I
Trap
Trapped
His
Sleepless in
Ass."
Seattle."
well, because doesn't she? What does she say? Honestly, this is super messed up. Because what does she say that she's writing an article on? Is it grief?
Oh, bereavement.
It's
you're right.
yeah, totally. Bereavement. Yes.
I mean, that is cold.
That's very cold. That's really cold. And I love that she just discounts the javelin thrower as if he couldn't possibly be a javelin thrower.
Wait, what's the javelin
Like when
thrower?
when she does the search on the old school internet, there's like 4 Samuel Baldwins. 2 of them are convicted criminals. One is an architect and one is a record javelin thrower. And she's just like, it's the architect. I know it. He sounds like an architect.
Oh my God.
Architect.
She's like, there's no way a javelin thrower could have empathy and grieve.
Yeah, absolutely
They're
not.
fucking robots.
He sounds like a rugby man, I've got to say.
I think her
Oh my
article
God.
should be lovingly titled Captured by a Hoe. Because it's a throwback to one of the best lines Jonah has in this fucking movie.
Jonah calls her a hoe.
He calls
Yeah.
Victoria? Because after she like hyena laughs through all of dinner at Tom Hanks's non-jokes, goes out on the deck and tries to like stage 5 clinger linger, and he calls the radio station and is like, she's trying to trap his ass. My dad's captured by a hoe. And then
captured by a hoe.
Screams and messes up their kiss. And Tom Hanks is like so pissed because his blue balls hurt bad. Bad.
Yes. Such a shocking line that honestly, I will say, Jonah, for how endearing he is, I will say like loses some credibility at that point because it goes, oh, that's the kind of man you are, little boy.
And you know, that actually brings me to the like foul tally I started to keep, which was any antiquated or sexist comments made by supporting men.
Girl,
I love that.
Yes. I happy International Female Day, and
and I gotta say, it actually wasn't so bad, but I forgot about Jonah calling her a hoe. So that makes it makes 4, because you had not 1 but 2 references to the whole like, oh, it's more likely that a woman would be killed by a terrorist than find a man after she turns 40.
Came up twice. That in the regroup meeting, and then Peter Garber and Tom Hanks. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, they both use the same thing. And then Rob Reiner, our guy, was called Victoria. The way he described her wasn't, oh, she's nice, or oh, she's great, or she's so smart. She's pert.
Oh. Wow.
That's how he described her.
That's a good catch. I was too distracted by tiramisu and him checking out
that was strange.
I was like, wow, this took a like very Sex in the City male version. Okay. All right.
I love that.
But I loved that moment of him asking him to check out his butt, and he goes, it's a good butt. So I think I gotta say a foul for 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great role. We'll be absolutely incorporating that.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
While we're on fouls, I could do a
Pamela,
foul.
Did you get any fouls?
Just no the hair, right?
No pressure.
I'm just wondering if it's an appropriate foul. I have a couple, and I went like with the lingo as well. Like, I'm wondering if my interception layup could be a foul. And I don't know if it could be. I don't know.
What's an interception layup?
It's when you take the ball from French kiss and you kick its ass. Let me see. You can. I'm so sorry if I gave too much away. I'm so sorry. You can totally edit me.
No.
Yes, I do. I have a technical foul. And I don't know if this is appropriate because it's not really about Meg. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mark Shaman did the music for this movie, and I did not know that. And this soundtrack is like something I would listen to just to listen to.
I was going to say, if you have one bad thing to say about the soundtrack, I will climb through this microphone and I will choke you.
Maybe that's not a foul.
It's not a foul. I was going to award an extra 5 points for a dope soundtrack. That was going to be my extra bonus. Okay,
let me take it back then. So then, oh my God. Technical foul. I would really like to. Man, this is tricky.
Just she had long hair. That was the 1 point, right?
Yeah, minus 2.
Like hair past her shoulders.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that could be my foul. Yeah, maybe. It's like 2 pages here full of notes. Can't find fucking foul. Okay, come back to it.
It is at your discretion. Like you can make up. You can be like, no fouls. It was a perfect movie. Totally allowed.
It is a very, very, very good movie. I'm throwing a lot of hate at Sleepless in Seattle, but that's just because I went at it with a fine-tooth comb. But it is a great movie.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's
speaking about Speaking about throwing hate, did you guys clock any times where Meg Ryan is mean and then feels bad about it?
Only one. Which just feels really bizarre because I feel like there should have been more, but I only had one, and it was the Plaza arrival because it felt like a complete guilt trip. Like she was mean. She was mean to him without even knowing she was being mean to him by like, I don't know, like like secretly having this like obsession, and then it came to fruition. It was like, I'm gonna bail on you anyway, but I'm gonna show up and hug you and be in it and really try. And then as soon as it's like amazing and like the perfection of the movie that you and Rosie quoted, you laid it on him, and you still,
I said I gave more points to this because I said basically anytime she lied to him about her goings on with this strange man. So I got 3 because she said that she was going to Chicago when really she was going to Seattle, and that's a pretty big lie to tell your fiance. There were multiple guilt trips that she had where she was like, why don't I love Walter? And I cut her a break and I gave her 3.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I see both.
All right.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, now 0 to 5 points can be awarded to any hairstyle Meg Ryan showcases. What you guys think about the hair?
Oh, yes.
I mean, it was funny because I'm always disappointed when I watch this movie and remember that Meg Ryan has long hair in it. I'm always disappointed.
I have to say, with the time this movie was made around, I was actually impressed with what they did with that mane. Yeah. That mane is long. I included, what is my note here? She's a good person. She was growing her hair long so she could cut it and give it to people who needed hair.
Adding some personal backstory. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love that.
I gave her a 7. I gave her a 7 in this department. I have it scored at a 7. I have consistent office hair, homecoming updo with annoying bangs.
Yes.
And then touch up at lunch with the spirals on the side. After she has lunch with Rosie O'Donnell, like hair makeup came through, added some extra eyeliner and some spirals on the side. Like she is going to a 6th grade formal. So the New Year's Eve party, bridesmaid hair, front bangs, still annoying, but to the side. I have Stalker Seattle car ride is every girl's Pinterest dream of a messy bun meets a tiny bit annoying.
Yes.
I have hotel room Breck girl. She looked like a Breck girl, but like her hair was completely down and she kept running her fingers through it. And I was like, all right, feel yourself in your sweatsuit and your long hair.
That was clearly like her favorite hairstyle of the movie.
Yeah, she was like, I felt herself. It was like, yeah. Like she gave me a little bit of Harry Met Sally in those moments. She's running through her.
Exactly.
But she's talking on the phone to Rosie O'Donnell, which is so inappropriate, but I digress.
Yeah.
And then the last one I have is Empire State hair, Pioneer Girl braid.
Oh yes.
Little House on the Prairie.
I mean, it's such a confusing style. And it makes I always have this question when I look back at this time period, which is like, were hair bands not invented yet? Everyone, every woman is just clipping up her hair in like as much. Like they don't have any way of supporting it.
it's all just slightly too loose. Everything is too loose.
It is, and I feel like it pays homage to like QVC selling all of those like hair things to put in your hair and flip it over and put it back through and then make it look like a braid, but it's not a braid.
And the snap bracelets that were headbands.
And the foam donuts and
the foam donuts
and the bump bits. I mean,
the bump bits.
We figured out hair bands. I bet big hair's so mad we figured out hair bands.
Yes. I gave her 1 credit for this one, and I gave it 3 out of 5 points, and it's that wrapped French braid that she had at the Christmas dinner with her family. And that's just because it is just so 90s. It was just for sheer nostalgia. Like that braid. First of all, it intrigues me because I'm like, there's no way that a human could do that braid on themselves. So are we supposed to suspend our disbelief and believe that you actually did this to yourself? But also, it's beautiful and it's very Samantha All-American Girl doll.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God. What a
Yes.
fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Or Molly because she's blonde.
Except,
Molly
or
'cause
Molly,
she's blonde.
or
Yes.
Kirsten. That's who I meant.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh my God, that's such a great label for the hair in this film, and it's absolutely
Yes.
American Girl doll. That
So
totally
American Girl doll.
Yes.
Very
American Girl doll. I
time-appropriate,
said it at
too.
the
I
top.
like to think of the hair,
Yes.
the hair and makeup. There's like in the room, the hair and makeup woman just like pulling out different dolls.
This one? Felicity?
Who do we want? Who are we going to doppelganger tonight?
Man in Seattle. That's who.
Yes, she would. Yes, she would. Oh my God. Yes.
Fantastic. Really.
So good.
Oh my God.
So we have 2 more categories left, and these are the biggest heavy hitters in terms of points. 0 to 10 points can be awarded to the movie for the quality of Meg Ryan's humor, and 0 to 10 points can be awarded to the movie for the quality of chemistry between Meg Ryan and her fellow romantic lead.
Go ahead, Pam.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, sorry, which one are we doing? The chemistry?
Let's start with humor.
Okay. I gave her an 8.
Mm.
I rated it an 8. Is that right? 8?
I think that's
Yeah,
good.
I
I gave her a 7.
Okay, so I gave her an 8 based on the fact that Sarah, the first note I have is Sarah, I hope I am your Rosie. Everyone should have fun like Rosie O'Donnell. All of her like hardcore
yes.
like my burst out laughing moments are with
Yes.
Rosie,
Yes.
especially when they see the favorite part and they lip sync it
Mhm.
together on her
Mhm.
couch. Oh my God. And the conversation even leading up to that is
Yes.
brilliant. I love the hiding in the closet moment with the radio and she screams at Walter.
Yeah.
That's the sole reason I
Um,
gave her so high points. I had her at a 6 before because, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think Sleepless in Seattle is really like a zany
Comedy?
comedy. It's a bright romantic. I guess it is definitely a rom-com, but it's not
Rom-com,
like if you
girl.
compare it to something like French Kiss, which I know I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not like a zany, crazy, kooky
Yeah,
movie,
it's
right?
not farcical. It
Right.
it almost is, but it's very serious.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's thought provoking,
Yeah.
right? But there has to be like hints.
And there were
of-
times that I laughed
hints
out loud,
of-
but you're totally right, Pam. Those moments were either with Tom Hanks and his son when they're brushing their teeth together, and he pushes them in the face with that towel, and he throws his toothbrush in the corner,
or the map
chat,
yes.
or it's Rosie O'Donnell and Meg Ryan, and that's like kind of it. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, David Hyde Pierce.
And then I also
yes,
yes. And I was sad he wasn't in it more,
Yeah.
but I digress. And lastly, the flying and lying conversation en route to
Oh.
Seattle. That was
Yeah.
hysterical.
yeah,
It was very small, and that woman got her SAG card. But it was great. It was a great moment. It's your it's everything you live for in a Nora
Yes.
Ephron film. It was great.
you're
I
so
loved
right.
it, and
Such a
I was.
good
My mom and I both were like,
she is just eating those
Yeah, it was
peanuts.
good.
She is going ham on those peanuts because she's
Oh
just
my God.
riddled with guilt.
so good.
That should be another mean and feels bad about it point. I should have given her 4.
right. Oh, and the last one I had Rosie and hers secret confirmation discussion in the doorway of the trip to Seattle. It was like, I'm just gonna, maybe do this. You should. Expense
Yep.
the shit out of it and let me know what you come up with.
Yep.
I can't wait. And may God have mercy on your soul with the MasterCard. It was just so, I was like, yes, Stalker 101.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Good. So
And then
final category.
Yeah.
chemistry.
Yeah, final category, the chemistry.
Oh wait, did we talk big? Did we talk Big Cork?
No.
Frick, no.
Wait, what?
First.
Okay.
Oh, Quirks.
Okay, well I'll do. Okay, no, so I'll do chemistry and then we'll round it back,
Perfect.
so it's not a bitch
Perfect,
to edit.
perfect.
Is
Yes,
that okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so and then chemistry. I feel like I'm stepping up to one of those carnival games with the hammer and you just bang it and you hope that it fucking explodes because you had me at Tom Hanks. I'm going 10.
10?
If I could go 10 plus, I would.
Wow.
10.
Wow.
The ditto, I have to say, the first look at
Yes,
the airport
yes.
is one thing, but you are starting from minute 8:18, the ditto moments on the radio during the car ride at Christmas, okay? The near-death experience at the marina, the hellos on the highway.
Yep.
The airport, like, you guys should be, like, walking on clouds. And then, boop. And then, of course, Empire State Building and the chit-chat that happens there where we didn't make it all about just you and just you and just you. What am I saying? Just the two of you, but you also included the kid. Like,
yes, I went 8.5. I went 8.5, and it was tough because I think they have killer chemistry together, but they literally only speak twice. Like they make but really that entire Terminator.
Terminator. I'm
Should
so
I
sorry,
keep going?
Terminator.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
It's literally just that one moment, like Pam said, where it's the eye contact when she's standing in the street outside his neighborhood / marina, and it's just like fire. Like it is like sparks are flying across that road. Yeah. And that's it. And the other two top moments obviously are when Tom Hanks sees her in the airport, which you're just kind of like, oh my God, I wish somebody would look at me. Of course.
That's
and then moment. And then the top of the Empire State Building is like the payoff. But I think those first two are really the ones that got me, I'd say.
Yeah. No, completely in agreement. And then finally, to round this baby off, we've got quirks. We get 2 points a quirk for each time it is present in the film.
Okay. I'm going to have somebody do math on this.
I'm on it.
Okay. So I have 1, 2. I have 5.
Okay, 5 quirks.
Whoa!
5 quirks. Points. I do.
Wow, Pam.
Here we go. Stalker mode. Dialing with a pen.
Yeah.
Big quirk.
That's a small quirk.
Not a big quirk. Do you want to demerit? You can totally.
That's a small quirk, Pamela.
We're keeping it. We're keeping it.
She did it a bunch of every time she was in the office. She was doing it.
We're keeping it,
and she did it in
it's
the
a character
room.
Choice. Absolutely.
Want to keep it? Thank you. Okay. Dialing with a pen. She kept crossing her fingers in front of her like a nervous child. When she was in the office and when she would deal with Bill Pullman, like she would cross her like fingers in front of like where like the bottom of your bra sits. It was very bizarre.
I didn't notice that.
She did it a bunch of times. Oh my God, it was very bizarre. I was like, is she a child waiting to go to the bathroom? Like, what's happening? Flailing arms when trying to get a point across. Big quirk. Yeah. Big quirk. It's going to come back to haunt us. Rant whines. Yeah. Whining. Rant whining. Post Seattle trip and obnoxious shouting. Okay. Also going to come back to haunt us. Like that, like, what do they call it? Like goo goo. I have goo goo gaga optimist.
Cockeyed optimist.
Romantic. Like every time she gets something cute from Walter, she refers to Walter as like cute, like the hand on the heart and the sighing and like the dreamy eye, but it's not real. Like she's being
she wants it to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's like making herself believe it. And it's like, I'm going to go ahead and remind you that you had a Destiny quote at the top of this. And it's going to come back to haunt your ass up to your time at the top of the Empire State Building. And you've done a 360 from that quote. I'm going to leave it. The choice is yours.
Yeah, I'm keeping them all.
That was
approving them
quirks.
all. Approving all of them.
All right.
Sarah, where'd you land?
Okay.
All right.
So I only have one big quirk, and I'm just calling her obsession with a complete stranger her big quirk in this film because, and then I guess how many times does she do that? I don't know, like a million. I don't know.
The entire movie.
The entire movie. That's like, but I started labeling these as like stalker points, and I counted 5 very strong obsession moments that.
Oh yeah.
That like if they had happened in a movie that wasn't a comedy and it was like a thriller or a drama, like it would have been Fatal Attraction and people would have been very uncomfortable.
But because it's Meg Ryan, it's okay.
Exactly. And I want to say too, like this was 1993, so it was very difficult to try to find and or stalk somebody.
It's so easy now.
Really work.
Do you know how expensive Nexus was in the 1990s? That shit, and you did it on an office computer. Your ass,
but nobody would have known because, like,
well, maybe
you're gonna eject that big floppy disk
work.
and take it with you, and no one will ever be the wiser. Yeah, so I counted 5 very creepy moments, like when she's peeking out from behind the building when he's on the boat with his son and like enjoying a day at the beach with his son. I was like, oh my god, girl, come on now.
Yeah, that's one of the most painful when she's like by a shed and you're like,
yes,
with a different soundtrack. This is a very
slightly different lighting. It's a different movie.
And then when you see Rita Wilson, and then we get some like some, like Jaws type score.
Yes. All of a sudden, you're very nervous for Rita Wilson's character. Like,
yes.
Yeah, I thought it was actually hysterical. Like right after I saw this film, Psycho came on next, and I was like, "Isn't that ironic? Like, what are the odds?" Like,
and then I had one more like extra point thing that I kept track of, and it has nothing to do with Meg Ryan. It's just anytime Tom Hanks did something like just super adorable, and I had 6.
I have notes on him. Tom Hanks makes sweatshirt looks so sexy on New Year's Eve. That couch looks so comfortable. No wonder he had a hallucination of his dead wife.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't know why, but like I got like a Billy Joel vibe from Tom Hanks in this movie. I don't know why. His hair needed a haircut. Particularly when he was having his rant moment in that first scene back to work after the wife passed away. Like I looked at him and I was like, why am I hearing like scenes from an Italian restaurant when I'm watching you? This is so weird. I don't know why. It's so weird. And I also, with that scene, I want to say I loved what I thought it was really interesting when you saw this movie the first time. You brought up that Tom Hanks like was in it, like he was concerned about the about the jokes that Jonah had.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he was like, well, I need this movie to make me a fucking hit. So like I don't know, like that stayed with me too. So when I was watching it, I was like, oh damn, he's either working through something and method or I wish he would have made it funnier. But instead, typical Tom Hanks, his voice gets like loud, like Austin Powers, like the volume of my voice, and then gets mad and then stops. He has like an Al Pacino movement with his voice, and that was it.
Yeah. That's all I had.
Oh God, I wonder what our
Mia.
That's all I have.
The score?
I hope we did it justice. Like how
we've talked at you forever.
Really interesting.
Oh God,
really interesting. No,
we're
oh my gosh,
so sorry.
No. We want to do is talk about these movies. So there is no apologizing about
this is our
so
social
nice.
life.
Okay, good.
This is our
only interaction we get.
Us too.
I'm literally agoraphobic now. Like literally, this is the only way.
Same.
So
I'm never going outside again.
Oh my god. So no, please. And then my own note. I have it tallied. My only cue is Sarah. How many points do we add for the Tom Hanks?
I said 6 because he did
great.
like just very adorable things 6 times.
Okay, great. So I have these calculated, but before we do that, Allie.
Yes, because this is because it's a semifinal round. We are getting a little bit more critical of these films, and we've added 3 additional ways you can award these movies points. So get ready for some fast flinging points. So we have 3 more categories, which is the film's staying/aging power. You can award points from 0 to 10 for that. You can award 0 to 10 points for critical acclaim, and you can award 0 to 10 points for quotability. And I'll start off with how I scored it. So I feel like this movie, I gave it 5 for staying/aging power just because I think the stalking does not age well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are now, as a society, more aware that stalking is not sexy. It is predatory. And so that's why I knocked it 5 points. And then critical acclaim, I gave it 8 because Meg Ryan received a nomination for a Golden Globe for this film.
Damn.
That's right.
Oh, damn.
And then for quotability, I gave it like a 7.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's got, some quotes like where she goes like, and it was like magic. And she, I think about that quote a lot.
Oh my God.
It's
so yeah,
you.
that's
It's me.
the destiny.
The
yeah.
destiny quote. Okay.
A little scene that they have at the top of the Empire State Building. It's just so like, it's 7 words, but it's so.
But so much happens. But so much happens.
So much subtext. But that's okay. Those are mine. Mia, what's your throw us some last minute semifinal points?
Excellent. Yeah, that's gonna be a 5 for staying power for me for the same reason, because like as we discussed, we all like a lot of people see this movie in chunks throughout their childhood, and then for me, when I finally was an adult and watched it from beginning to end, I was like, that is the plot. Like I love this movie so much, but I was like, oh my gosh, wait, no, that's wild. So it's like, yeah. So I'll give it a 5 for staying power. Critical acclaim. Oh, I'm gonna give that baby a 7. It's a delightful film. Critical acclaim it deserves. Quotability, I'll also go with the 7 for quotability. Because maybe Meg doesn't have a lot of the most memorable lines in this movie, but
Jonah does.
Jonah
does.
Yeah,
my dad's been captured by a hoe.
Jonah does, and so does
God.
so does Rob Reiner. Yeah, like you're gonna love it.
God.
Like there's stuff in there. It's not Meg oriented, but it's in there. But Pamela, where are we at?
It's in there.
With staying power for you out of 10.
I'll give it. I'm torn.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a 7 because its basis is A Fair to Remember, and that's one of my all-time favorites. So the staying, it has gone from generation to generation. I feel like my baby is gonna watch this, and it's gonna be her A Fair to Remember. Does that make sense? Like I feel like it's got enough. And it'll transfer back, and like we can watch it together, and she won't eye roll at me.
that.
It'll be like, but I'll stalk from afar, and I won't take it there. Yeah, so
critical
7.
acclaim.
And also just the fact, like I'll bring back my music factor. Like Mark Shaman did the music, and this entire soundtrack it'll bring it there. I think
he chose the best music.
I hope.
Yeah.
So good.
Critical acclaim.
What was the next? What was the next one after?
Oh no, am I gonna lag?
What did you do?
Oh, good. Critical acclaim. I did 7. Allie did 8. I don't know why I give it 7. But
yeah,
too low,
so critical acclaim. God, I love Tom Hanks so much, and
do it.
I'll bump it to a 9.
It.
I'll go ahead and say like
so
9.
generous.
I'll put it at a 9. Sarah, do
I
you
would
agree?
I'd probably go.
Thank you so
8.
much.
Yeah.
8. Okay, great. And then last but not least, like quotability.
And quotability, particularly with Meg or the movie in general.
Allie, what do you think? We've been doing Meg. Like I say, like an emphasis on Meg, but it can be rounded up if the movie is quotable.
All right. I'll go. What did you guys do?
We both did 7.
Okay. I'll stay
Amazing.
7. I'll do 7 with you.
Perfect. So then, and Sarah.
Wanna be in love in a movie. That was like,
and then Sarah, I have your critical acclaim for 8. What do you give it for staying power?
I think I'm gonna go like a 5 or. Yeah. And it breaks my heart to do that because it's such a great movie.
It should break your heart.
And I don't think that I don't think that it means that people won't watch it. I just think that like 2 generations from now we'll be in a situation where nobody remembers a time before the internet. So it's just going to be tough for those. It's just going to be tough for people
maybe true.
Decades from now to watch it and say, why wouldn't she just look him up on Instagram? Wasn't that a thing then? You know what I mean?
Oh,
it is, but it's
such a gut punch,
you know
but
me.
True.
And then I would say for quotability, I'm gonna go like a 6 or a 7, yeah, because there aren't any like really meaty quotes. It's not like I don't know. It's not like Austin Powers. It's not like James Bond or
I mean, I feel like Meg has the destiny quote in the beginning when the obnoxious mother, oh my God, the obnoxious mother is zipping her up into the heinous wedding dress.
Hate on that wedding dress. But like I just don't think there's like
Oh my
an
God.
iconic quote. I mean, everybody knows the movie, so that's a really good quote. But it's not something that people.
but it's not
Yeah.
But it's not Megs. It's
I'm
not
sticking
Megs.
with my points.
And it
Okay,
ages very
get off
well.
me.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. No judgment.
Amazing.
It's fine.
The final
All
score
right.
tally. But before
Oh my
we
God,
find
Mia.
out,
Oh my God, I'm
Allie
sweating.
has some more info for us.
Oh, you guys. All right, you guys.
Oh shit.
Guys, the points are
Okay.
in for Sleepless
Wow.
in Seattle. But before we announce the final tally, let's introduce our second competitor who absolutely extinguished Joe versus the volcano in the quarterfinal.
Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. You guys, we absolutely j'adore this Meg Ryan film. It's c'est magnifique. C'est chic. It's French kiss. So here are the stats. French Kiss came out in 1995, was written by Adam Brooks and directed by Lawrence Kasdan, and grossed $101 million in the box office. In this film, when Kate gets entangled with a thief and aspiring winemaker Luke, played by Kevin Kline, they agree to help each other. Kate promises to sell a stolen necklace, and Luke promises to help Kate win back her fiancé. However, amidst the lies, true love still seems to grow. Okay, you guys, did
Oh my
we like
gosh.
what we saw on the court, and what are our thoughts on this film? And should we maybe talk about our unique viewing experience of the film?
Well, I all I can think of when I think of this movie is I hate Paris
Yes.
in the springtime. I hate Paris in the
fall.
fall. I think I might hate trying to find this movie even more. You cannot find
my
this
gosh.
movie. And that is a telltale sign of that's a red flag. I thought Sarah and I were being punked. I was like, did they buy all of what was left? I can't run to my local Blockbuster and try to get it.
Oh my God.
Because they're all out.
I'm working off of
Um,
like I want to say a 20-something-year-old memory of this movie because I like literally it's impossible. It's impossible to find.
There was literally.
I actually went.
Oh, go! Please go.
Oh my God. I was just gonna say, like, I actually went as far. I took notes out of Meg Ryan's soccer notebook, and I went the distance, and I looked up every actor in this movie,
Oh my
and then
God.
found like extra
What?
scenes. So I feel, and then Sarah will attribute to this. I have a memory
does.
of an elephant. I literally remember seeing this movie in the movie theaters. That's how sad.
Whoa. I
old
can't
of a
believe you just
dinosaur I am.
admitted that on the
So-
internet.
I mean,
That's-
you're
that
welcome.
was
You're welcome,
fantastic.
everyone. Age is just a number. I don't even know where to begin with this movie. A kiss is where the romance is, but unfortunately,
This girl encounters a lot of thieves. Like within
Mhm.
like a day, she encounters 2 thieves.
Mm.
It's a lot.
I mean, it's set up like a double dare obstacle course,
Yeah.
I feel like. So, I personally think the only thing that saved this movie for me was I'm going to admit this. I can't believe I'm going to do it. My early on obsession with Kevin Kline. I fell in
You don't have to be ashamed of that. Kevin
Yes,
Kline is
I
amazing.
fell
Kevin Kline is
Oh my God.
fantastic.
Yes, I
He's
fell in
amazing.
love. I fell in love with him with Soap Dish, and then again with I Love You to Death, and then Pirates and Penzance, and on the 20th Century.
Oh my God.
And in this movie, he appeared as the typical bad boy, which was right up my alley of that phase of my
Yes,
life.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
with that in mind, I want to tell you that I was absolutely with you on that Jean Reno journey you took. I was absolutely
Jean
with you.
Reno.
I was absolutely with you. I strapped it. Let me tell you
no.
something. I buckled in and I was right by your side. I held your hand and we both closed our eyes and we went on the journey. It was amazing. I was totally with you.
Just just to dig into this strange phenomenon a little bit further, why anyone would choose Jean Reno over Luke or Kevin Kline is baffling to me. Pamela, what about him specifically? Were you like, yes, I'm into this?
I mean, was it the Hawaiian shirt when he was telling the story about how he almost died?
No, I can't even believe I'm admitting this. The chisel on his face. I remember watching The Professional with Natalie Portman, and I was like,
oh my God.
Yes, it's bad, but it's so good.
My bad.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
But Kevin Kline was like, if I had to pick between Kevin Kline and Jean Reno, obviously Kevin Kline. But I was with you on on the intrigue of a French man.
Oh my God.
With the heaviness.
Oh my God.
I was with you. I took that journey with you. I've connected.
I feel so vindicated and just really, and it's taken me a long time in my adult life to anyways just have the confidence to say, hey, you know what? I'm attracted to who I'm attracted to, right? External factors don't affect that. And I watched the movie and I said, oh my God, Jean Reno, super sexy. Couldn't tell you why. Attraction is illogical.
Couldn't tell you why.
I agree. There's something there's something behind the eyes that say, I know how to take care of business. I'm not threatened by anyone. And I say, okay.
I didn't appreciate like after I watched the scene that like right afterwards on YouTube, it gave me like a next one to watch. And it was like literally like a before and after photo of him where it was like,
oh yeah.
Like God, like just like it hit. I'm gonna stay in 1995. I'm gonna stay right there.
Yes, yes. And
you're like Mission Impossible.
And that's what we're doing here. Is we're just
right.
It's wait, how is he in Mission Impossible? Younger, older?
Like the first one.
Which one? The first one?
I don't know.
You guys, the worst thing in the world, I couldn't tell you the plot of a single Mission Impossible except the second one. That's the only one I see them as they come out, and I could not tell you any specifics about any of them except for the second one, which is about a disease.
No, he was in the first Mission Impossible. It was the one where John Voight was there, and he had like the mask that was John Voight, but then he took it off at the very end, and it was Tom Cruise underneath, and it was very like spy-y. I don't remember any of the details, but he was definitely in it.
No recollection. Could only tell you about the second one. He's rock climbing in the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he has long hair. Okay, sorry. I've digressed way far away from rom-com world. I'm sorry. Go back.
You guys, I don't even know how to go back.
Okay. So let's just make it. P.S. I love action movies. P.S. I love Mission Impossible.
Speaking of the men in that movie, like Timothy Hutton, re-experiencing what I could find of this film. He was so thin. I couldn't believe how thin Timothy Hutton was.
He was so small.
And he was ridiculously costumed. Versace is rolling in his grave. I was disgusted.
They laid it on thick. They laid it on thick with him, like on this whole film, with the situation and his costuming and his thinness and his Timothy Huttonness. Like it was.
What kills me is that he is like a sex icon. If you look back at all his other films, there's like an entire montage of him kissing like hundreds of females and making it like drool-worthy. And it's just like, even when he's kissing her in the elevator in the red dress, and it's just like, damn, but why are you wearing that? And why are you so thin? What is happening? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I loved him in Beautiful Girls. Like, and he lays on the floor and he like kiss on her, and it's like all like you hear Michael Rappaport going like, nice ass, great face, nice hair, great ass, and then like he makes out with her, and like it's just like that kiss that's very similar to the train that I'm going to take you on in this film.
Oh, the sleep makeout on the train?
Okay, we're going to go there.
Oh my God. A sleep kiss.
Oh my God. All right.
We'll get to that. This is fantastic.
Rolling up my sleeves. Hit us.
Yes. Okay. And so hard to, I guess, I'm so bad at getting back into a conversation about this. Let me think about this. I can only think. I'm so sorry, Allie. You have to do it. I can only think about Mission Impossible right now.
Wait, you want me to
I feel well. I can
ask a thoughtful
kind of,
question about the movie. To ask a thoughtful question about the movie, I can't right now. I'm trying.
I think that I felt like this movie. One of the things that I remember the most about this movie was that it was kind of like it was a love letter to France, the way that You've Got Mail was a love letter to New York.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I
it
like
was
that.
beautiful. It was beautiful, and it just
Oh my
makes you want to
God.
go to France so bad.
I have never been to Paris. It makes me so sad to say that. And I tell Nick every time, like, I really want to go.
You must go in the springtime. It's simply glorious.
You must go.
Darling, be sure. And I think there's two things I think of when I think Paris. Obviously, that I want to go. The lines that Donna Martin and Brenda Walsh exchange to each other in 90210 when they go.
Oh, how dare you.
Lastly, wine. And then this scene came and I'm like, oh my God. I felt a little transported. I don't know why I felt this way, but that scene felt very A Walk in the Clouds to me.
Which
I don't
one?
know.
Which scene?
Where towards the like a combination, like towards the end where she kisses, like they're in the vineyard.
They're in the vineyard.
They're kissing each other for a really long time. Also, even the way that scene is. Also, even the scene when they're like tasting wines and comparing, like they're taking notes. They have like that moment, and then she kisses him in the cheek. Like that kind of felt. I don't know why it felt Walk in the Clouds to me with Keanu.
Well, it's
very
picturesque as fuck.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
maybe
it's
that's
so idyllic. I mean, I leave this movie every time going, why am I trying to do anything besides own a wine estate in the French countryside?
Yes.
And
Like,
just love
my
with
entire
lover.
life.
Like,
investors, if you're listening, she is ready for a new.
I am looking. Fund me to live on a wine estate in Cannes. Where are they?
They're in Cannes.
No.
They're in La Revel. They were going to Cannes. Please don't judge my French. It's horrible.
We're
You're
so
very
sorry.
Exactly where they're going on the cheese train, and then they had wine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Something that I'll say about this film is that I was reading an interview where it was like an article from the LA Times from 1995 where they were interviewing the director and Meg Ryan and Kevin Kline, and the person who was writing the article just like could not wrap their brain around how smart Meg Ryan was. They're like they were like, in her film she always plays kind of like these like ditzy, heroines, but she's like very strong and sharp and intimidating, and it's like, whoa.
You're like, oh
like,
man,
the sexism was real and
alive and well.
Alive and
You're
well.
like, oh no, I wonder if that's just because that's the only part that is ever written for women ever in the 90s.
Yes.
And so something else,
it's just like,
and so something I'll say about like French Kiss is I feel like Meg Ryan gets to show off more of what she can do in this movie. She is so fucking funny and smart, and in Sleepless in Seattle she's a little bit more creepy and
she's doe-eyed.
And doe-eyed,
bit of a dodo,
a little like kind of like doe-eyed and just kind of like in a dream kind of, versus like here she's sharp and she's funny and she's like doing like weird impressions where she goes like, you make my eyes twitch and like stuff like that.
Oh my God. And she has a point of view.
I agree with you. I feel like Sleepless in Seattle is the American Girl stalker mode. This one started out stalker mode. The fact that she really tried to go to the flight school and like get through the trauma on the plane, and then like everything falls apart, and she taps into stalker mode and she follows him, and she has that moment in the phone booth where she's like, I will triumph. And it's like, what is even happening? He's just not that into you. You're not going to get married. Let's talk up our losses, get back to the classroom, wherever the fuck you're teaching. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
And
that is I liked her entire arc. She actually had like a 360 in this film.
Yes.
I think that's
by the time she gets,
No, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say by the time she gets to the necklace moment when she's like, this necklace, I'm like, oh, woo, I am on the train. Get me on the train with those two because this is a party.
Yes.
That's how I feel.
I feel like that's just kind of the way that you have whenever you're going to watching a rom-com from the 90s, you kind of just have to accept the fact that like the lead heroine is probably going to do something dumb that no self-respecting woman would ever do in a million
insane
years.
Thing.
An insane
the plot of this
thing
movie
for
is going
love.
to be she's an insane person. Yeah.
Yes, but we are going to go on that journey with her because she's Meg Ryan and she's amazing and we're just going to see what happens. And then you're just delighted because she has that scene where she's like, he's going to see me for the first time and he's going to snap out of it. And then she's like, she has that collision with the cart and she's covered in, what is that, like pudding or foie gras or something disgusting.
Oh my God.
And she's like crawling
Your
on the
typical
floor.
like slapstick moment, like dessert tray all over
and
you.
he's like,
and you crawl away.
He's like, oh my God,
for
is
a
that
minute,
you?
I thought I saw Kate.
Yeah, he's like, is that Kate? And then it's like, oh, she's like, no, don't see me. And then it kind of like, yes, it kind of goes, you're like, okay, I'm in store for something slightly different.
I can't even. Like, Cecil and Ebert reviewed this movie, and like, first of all, they call this character neurotic like 7 times, which
fair.
And say she does a breathtaking job, age-old transformation, scene after scene, turning from a caterpillar into a butterfly. It's like, okay. I won't even go there when they try to like come for my man Klein. Like, no, I saw him first, and they're like obsessed with him in this. Well, one would say anyone could play it, but that Kevin Klein should definitely. Yes, just definitely
Luke,
all over the place.
Luke, I love that scene where she's like trying to pronounce his name and Luke. Oh my God.
Also, just imagine my surprise when I grow up and learn Kevin Klein is an American man.
I know.
I was a child, and I'm like, this is a Frenchman, and then I'm like,
married to
wait a
Phoebe
minute.
Cates with like 12 kids. It's crazy.
Oh my
I love
gosh,
Kevin
it's just
Klein.
like an amazing marriage.
Love
Me too. Absolutely.
Why didn't he do like? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh,
you go.
I was just gonna say before we move on to point counting, any final thoughts on the film that we need to establish before we get into our March Magnus counting?
No, I'm good. I can save all my thoughts for the point categories.
Yeah, let's go into the points.
I have few thoughts, so let me save them.
So
oh wow.
okay.
Let's not lead with that. Okay.
You guys, this last quarterfinal round, Mia and I gave French Kiss the same total, which was we both gave it 37 points.
Ooh,
oh
that's a
wow.
high score.
Okay, wow. That's something. Wow.
Yeah.
That was way higher than Sleepless in Seattle.
I love this movie. I have to say, compared to Joe versus the Volcano, I feel like Meg Ryan, when she was contracted for Joe versus the Volcano, her agent was like aggressive early on and was like, listen, if we're going to commit to this movie with Hanks, she gets to do 2 more movies with him. better. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to put this on the table, and Meg's not going to say yes until you agree. And then she was like, okay, I'll do it and I'll take it. But oh man, French Kiss. Okay, let's go in.
I did hear a story somewhere, like in my research, that the director for French Kiss, like, really wasn't into directing a rom-com, but he said yes because he'd just done like a really difficult film, which I then learned was Wyatt Earp, and he was like, "Sure, I'll take vacation in France." And exactly, do a rom-com with Meg Ryan and Kevin Klein. Why not?
A free vacation with a little bit
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
God, Wyatt Earp.
That's incredible. And makes sense. I know. I looked up the director and I was like, holy crap. Like, how did he do this movie?
Yeah.
Like, he just did so many movies.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's zoom in on our current team, French Kiss.
Okay.
Guys, let's start it off. Let's start it off with counting walks with spunk. How many walks with spunk do we clock?
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna
yes.
Please, I did 3.
I'm gonna go with.
Pamela did 3
with 4.
Sarah did 4.
Okay.
Perfect.
I don't know if these are. You can tell me if they're demerited or not. I said jumping
Demerit.
with spunk. Okay, this isn't your show. Jumping out, trying to attempt to jump out of a live plane situation, spunk.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
We're spunk, and that plane school. Holy God. I hope you have a parachute. Wow. Parachute Spunk. Throws money and walks away with Spunk. They're on the corner and she's like, I don't want your money. And then she walks away.
Absolutely,
and it's like after she's thrown his like after she threw the vine in the small plant. And I have struts with Spunk again, and it's when she walks away from him and he kind of stares at her. I don't know if he's staring at her ass. I think he's just like looking at her in awe, like, what just happened? Yeah.
That
So
way
totally.
Three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he has that line where he's like, "You walk like a little girl and a woman." That's not it. I'm paraphrasing. You walk both like a woman and like a little girl.
Little girl. That's the sentiment, you know?
Yes.
That's the definition
I
of
think
Spunk.
my extra one came probably with the cart because I was going crawling with Spunk when she was trying to desperately get off of that every marble floor.
I think that comes up later in my notes. That comes up later.
Next we have iconic outfits, guys. What iconic outfits did we spot?
Oh, boat neck striped sweater.
Hell
Hello.
yes. That top.
Like that entire beach outfit. It's
amazing.
Like, the shirt's tucked in, and then it's a crop top, and then it's tucked again. It's exactly like our evolution as ladies in fashion. Young teens, tucked. Crop top, late teens, 20s. Tucked again, 30s and 40s. Like that's just an evolution into the choices that were made with that outfit, and I'm not mad about
that
it.
leather backpack.
Her legs in the blue sundress.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh
yes.
my God. I mean, I'm not crazy about the shoe choice, but I was like so distracted by her fucking legs in that dress.
Yeah.
And whoever actually went like into that dress with like a magnifying glass to be like, that's exactly what's going to pick up her eyes. And I know the perfect red MAC lipstick to put on her. I don't know if MAC was out by that time, but that red lipstick that went on her, holy shit, she looked like Madonna. And who's that girl? Oh my God.
She looked great. She looked
great. I was living for it.
Those blue glasses.
Yes.
Oh yes. The Lennon glasses. I have John Lennon glasses. And then I have Tim Hutton's Versace collection, but I don't think that counts. So I have a total of lipstick, glasses, sundress, beach outfit. I have four.
Yeah, I have 4 as well.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now,
Moving on to
Quirk.
Oh, Allie, go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk about Quirk.
Oh, I mean the lactose intolerance. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a quirk? Is an intolerance
She
a quirk?
makes
Is
it a
dietary
quirk.
She makes it a quirk.
It's an
She sure does.
it's an aspect that she makes it.
She's
Oh,
theatrical.
yeah.
So I actually made it. So I have 3. I have Austin Powers-esque can't control the volume of my voice moments from the beginning when she's in the test flight to her spasm on the train, and then after they see Timothy Hutton on the beach when her and Kevin Kline kind of plot, and then they're done and they walk away, and that was so great. And her arms.
That's a very Meg Ryan thing. For her
Like
to
a
do.
happy dance. Yeah.
Very big. Very big and add the flailing arms corresponding with not just the moment I said, but also the corresponding emotion monologue. Like, I'm this, I'm that. I'm this, I'm that. When she's on the bed trying to clean up after she's fallen into the dishes. And the same thing when she's like walking off her diarrhea from the train. Like, oh, beautiful, gorgeous. Wish you were here. Like post-poop, walk it off. Yeah, that's what I have. And then I also noticed she was consistently leaning in this film. Like she was always like, I don't know, like not sticking out her butt, but like from her pelvis up, she was like leaning it, like almost like when Kristen Wiig does like the penis impersonation in Bridesmaid. Like that was the that was like the movement of her body in some of these scenes. It was very bizarre. I counted like 19 lean-ins. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like stop leaning in. The mic will catch you, like, and sound editing will come through. It won't be nominated for any awards. But please stop leaning. It's really distracting. So I have that at 3.
3. Okay, amazing.
3 big
So
quirks.
6 points. Amazing. Sarah?
I'm going to go with
Sarah,
however many times
are
she
you-
talks about not being able to eat cheese, which I think is quite a few. I think
Yeah.
there's like obviously the big lactose intolerance scene on the train where she eats the cheese and it's like, come on, girl, you knew what was coming. And then
Yes.
she talks about it at least a couple other times throughout the film, I think. So I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, she talks about it up top.
Yeah.
I think
At
that's
the
right.
very
That would be
beginning.
my
Yeah.
guess.
3. I'm going 3.
Amazing.
Sorry, can I
As always,
can I
Pam
actually
puts me
add,
to shame
I'm
with
going
her
to add
prep.
one.
As always.
God, I'm so sorry. I'm a stalker and a lover of movies. I was raised on movies. I'm gonna actually change mine. Not 3, 4. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I wrote this on my phone at midnight.
Of course.
She's extremely like she's very neat. She's kind of a neat freak.
Yes.
I'm hoping this is the movie. I'm worried that I'm getting it confused with You've Got Mail,
No,
but
it's
I
this
think
one.
it's this
Q-tip.
movie. She takes
Yes.
the Q-tip
Yeah.
and cleans. She's waiting. I believe she's waiting for his call.
Yeah.
And like they've been having the calls are on a down. The decline of phone calls is rapidly approaching, and it's getting bad. And she's getting worried, and she's about to like spiral. And she literally takes a fucking Q-tip and cleans.
Yeah, she
am I
cleans
right?
her keyboard.
Q-tip
Cleans her
to the
keyboard.
Q-tip.
Yes.
And then also she's a lot of finger with the fingers. I don't know if it was like a nail thing or something, and very like always keeping like, I don't know. She kept making sure like, I don't know if she was making sure her hands were clean. I have like consistent fidgeting of the fidgeting her hands.
Yeah. Yes.
And like
we said that. She was
clean,
very
like,
fidgety.
clean, fidgety hands. So 4.
For
I'm gonna
a total
change it to
8
4.
points. Where did you all land on the eyebrow crinkle?
6.
I think I had 6 too.
6. Amazing.
So I'm just gonna confirm a decline in the phone calls, massive eyebrows. If I'm remembering this movie correctly,
Yes, absolutely.
like it was like 17-year-old Pam waiting for the private phone line to ring. And it
yes.
didn't.
Yes.
Embassy squats. Oh my God! So she walks all the way back and she sits in front of the United States Embassy and like she's looking like half down, half out to the street, wondering how the fuck did I get here? So I had embassy squats. My ass is twitching, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, her slow dance with Timothy Hutton. Oh my God! Like that crinkle of the brow, uber conflicted. I wanted to put an Uber on the front dash and just go get her. I felt awful. And then all airplane rides.
Yeah.
The
for
one
sure.
at the school, one to get her there, and even the one to get her home, and then like towards the end. So so 6 in total.
Yes.
You
Yes.
covered them
Absolutely.
perfectly.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
And then we have is nice and then feels bad.
I had a 3 for this.
Wait.
I think I had 2.
Airplane
Yes.
deck fight. Hotel debacle. Like with between like approaching the front desk as well as the
I think that's what I
mystique of
missed.
So good. So good.
his passionate last ditch kiss when they're out by I don't know if it's a beach or if it's a marina. She says she has to go. She just kind of kisses him like he's a fucking stranger, which I think is so wrong. And then eyebrow remorse the entire plane ride waiting to take
Eyebrow
off.
remorse. How dare you?
My God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Agreed.
So I had that at
Agreed.
I had that at a 3.
So 3 and a 2. Perfect. And then print media. What do you think? She's a teacher in this one.
That's a no. That's a solid no. On
Yeah.
print
I
media.
think, that's
Yeah,
a hard no. I feel like she's a freelance teacher because it's barely brought up and she's
Very,
just on a quest to get
very
married.
tight-lipped about that. All right, moving on to hairstyle out of 5 points. What would be a award?
I mean, 5.
I can't even.
5.
right?
Solid 5.
Yeah.
I actually did. So I actually did a 6.
Oh my God, yes.
1995. I feel like her, Drew Barrymore, Jenna Elfman, Sharon Stone, and my college roommate Ann Blumendahl, I hope you're listening, could get away with this hair.
Yes.
Literally went to bed, got in a fight, went to a dance callback, went windsurfing, had wild, crazy sex, maybe with multiple partners, and continued on their
That is
merry way.
exactly
looking
what
completely
hair
Gets out of
fetish.
the shower.
Yeah,
That's like-
agreed.
Yes. Gets out of the shower, perfectly styled.
it's-
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know if it's Depp. I don't know if it was Vidal Sassoon. I have no fucking idea. But the levels of this hair went from spiky to curly to bedhead. And if I was left with this
Oh my
haircut, I
God.
just feel like I would look either like a drowned
That's
rat
the kind
or
of
like
haircut
stressed
that you look
hamster.
at somebody
I
and you're
would
like,
look
did you sell your soul to the devil?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
how?
exactly.
Can you pull
'Cause
this
it's like,
off?
it doesn't make sense.
How?
If I got that haircut, I would look like one of those wish flowers that a child had mostly picked away. And then you got it wet, and that's what I would look like. So absolutely.
So true. And a lot of them took when I was looking back, a lot of them took their cue from Madonna at this point because she had that hair. But when she did, let me tell you something, they all looked like Madonna and Papa Don't Preach when they got out of the shower. And I'm just going to leave it there.
Yes.
Because it's flat and it's wet and it's sad. But then somehow they all
That
miraculously look
hairstyle
like
was
it was the
everything.
It was the Rachel of the time at that moment. The hot hair of Rachel's.
Well, speaking of how we would all look comical with it, what do we give our lovely gal Meg? Out of humor, out of 10.
Oh my
for this
God.
one?
I think I want to give her I'm going to give her a 9. And the only reason it's not a 10 is because it's not like exactly my humor, but she's so fucking
Exactly.
brave with her choices. And
She's so
where
brave.
she goes with this stuff, it's just, she lays it all out there and she does not give a fuck if anybody picks it up.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
So true. I absolutely agree. I did an 8. I had my mom weigh in on this after we watched Sleepless in Seattle because I was like, I have to watch another one. And she was like, oh my God, Pam, it's 11 o'clock at night. No. And I was like, you remember this movie? And we both were kind of doing I started doing my homework there. And she was just like, Meg Ryan plays the same character. She's like, but this movie, I think she was actually really funny. But it could be also that I love Kevin Kline and that's why I like this movie. I don't know. And I was like, I agree. Okay, I'm with you on that. Her comedic timing, as well as just the fact that she did something like what Sarah said, completely out of her norm. She went there.
She was
It
like
was
borderline
brave. It
zany.
was very refreshing to watch. Yeah, like it really took her from like being this crazy neurotic, like nervous to like, then she was starting to really shed her skin and like that beach conversation was epic. Like it was just like a step up. And then it levels up even more the next night when they go and they dance and Kevin Kline kind of coaches her like, I want him to be able to fucking not breathe. And when he sees you, her going back to her comedy, I have erectile jokes,
which I love. Say what you will. I loved that.
I didn't understand that when I saw this movie eons ago. But then it came back and I was like, wow, she was doing that. Oh my God. Like, okay. Stalker mode into a cake table, crawl away. Any chance you can use slapstick and hard surface with
I mean, just
dessert,
purely that
I'm
moment.
down. You will enjoy
Purely that moment when she's like on the train and it's like while she's doing like the spasm and then we get the cut to like the shot of the train going away in the distance and she's just going lactose intolerant. Like that is just amazing.
Even her voice when she says like, don't say it. Like
so good.
That's her like and like when she sings she sings the I
Yes.
love Paris in the spring. It was great.
What does she call her in that song? A
Beach
slut?
Talk. Love that.
My slut girlfriend.
Slut
So
girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
And then she
No
calls her a bitch. No, no offense. This is before I knew you. Like I was on the beach, fucking great. And she's sitting there like fucking model in that 2-piece, the fucking bikini. I wanted to punch her. I gave her an 8.
We have an 8 and a 9. Our final category before our X bonus points is chemistry out of 10. Meg Ryan, Kevin Kline.
Oof. Steamy. I'm gonna say a 9.
A 9. Yeah. Okay. Great.
That asleep
the
train kiss still haunts my nightmares / dreams all the time.
Oh my gosh. It's
maybe not
it's
in a literal sense, but it is like a very, very steamy kiss.
it is
Oh,
super
yeah.
steamy.
Holy shit!
Like
I
they
have
unhinge their
fucking dream
jaws.
kiss.
They're trying to crawl inside of each
OMG.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I mean, you couldn't recreate that scene if you
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kiss was intense. I almost wish he didn't have the mustache. That must have been weird,
Super
but also
itchy.
sexy.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I was waiting for like a tug of the hair in the back of the head.
If
But
you would have
it's
been the
fine.
intimacy
Neither of them did
coordinator
it.
that
It
would
was
have
a
been there, it would have
dream.
been great.
It was
but
soft.
It's okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well-
Just would have been like, let me show you. Let me just show you, Meg. I have chemistry at a 9 as well. From settling, I feel like they both connected. Like he was very without even knowing her, he was trying to settle her on the plane. Like he was very nurturing. Like he distracted her, and like she was like the brow cross was grateful. It was like grateful brow.
Hashtag grateful brow.
Takes slack brow, grateful brow. He takes any other guy would be like disgusted with lactose intolerance on a train while they were moving, couldn't get off. Kevin Kline takes it in his stride. That's like a very husband
I love
kind of
Yeah.
trait.
Yeah.
That's a very like
Supportive.
partner trait, I thought. Her erectile jokes just came with such ease, and it was almost like they were playing ping pong, which is a comfort level that all couples know and are, it's a very zen space. And that the fact that he shared it with her too was kind of
I
the
thought
honesty
the whole conversation
of
around
the
that was so
chemistry that-
unique, right? For the
Yeah.
time when it's like ED jokes could be so cheap, but I just love that he was like, "Well, I have my penis is not getting hard," and then she was like, "Look, it's you." It just felt friendly and vulnerable, and like nobody was like, it was like not mean
Yeah.
somehow.
It was
I really
fresh. It was really fresh the way that they did that.
yeah.
I think the only person that probably made it mean was the sex scene when they swap and like Meg Ryan actually gets Timothy Hutton back home and she can't do it. And then Kevin Kline can't really pursue it either. And I feel like if there was sound for like if I could actually go back in time and remember all the lines that were said at that moment, I don't
Well,
I
my
don't
calls
know,
her
guys.
Kate Pornhub.
I think it would have
Yes, he calls her
Kate.
it would have been mean.
In the sack.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
horrible for her, horrifying for her. But love it.
But as a
Yeah.
viewer,
She had a rough couple days, but
Double whammy,
she's
ho.
fine. She's
Double
fine,
whammy,
okay?
ho.
She's French and she looks like that. She's fine.
He has a yeah.
Well,
she's got
Our initial points
everything
are in
going
for
for her.
French Kiss. We're gonna go down the line. I'm gonna get all of our points for staying power. I love this movie. I adore this movie. I'm giving it a 4 because I think it's like I have a childhood attachment to it that will never alter how I feel about it. I think when people come to it now, I don't think like the farcical nature and the slapstick quality is like sticking as well now for people. Not for me. I adore the film, but I'm giving it a 4. Allie, where are you landing on staying power?
I give it an 8, but that's
Well, you're staying true to you. I'm caving to popular opinion. So
My,
that's you.
Oh my God! 8 is beyond
This
generous.
is, it's an 8 for
Oh,
my
wow.
family because my family watches this movie probably once a year and we love it. And in our family, it has a strong staying power. I think because both of the leads are also just incredibly talented comedic actors. And I think the jokes are good and funny and I also think that like Meg Ryan's character has like a lot of like agency in this movie. Like I love that she saves Kevin Kline and I love the ending where it's like she has this nest egg and she like gives it to him. Oh God, it's so okay. So it's an
As
8.
a secret,
It's an 8 for me, and I'm a ref that has a bias.